Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel today for another video. If you are returning, the vibes are here, the vibes are near, the sun is shining, we're feeling good. So today let's talk about how to thrive in a toxic household so you can thrive as well in your toxic household, but still have a good day, still take care of yourself, still be that girl. Let's talk about it. If you've experienced this before, you know firsthand this is probably one of the hardest things to be able to do or even to be able to navigate because it has a lot to do with your family. Not that it has a lot to do with your family, actually, it is your family. Dealing with it is quite difficult, and it's really hard when there's negativity around you constantly in your environment to be positive and kind of just go inward with yourself. But there are some tactics that you're going to be able to use in order to maximize your time in the household, like the years that you're living in the house, and make it more memorable, more fun, despite what you have to go through, whether it's wanting to build a career, go to school, study, fall in love, all of the above. Let's talk about it. Number one, to thrive in a toxic household is to create an environment for yourself that you can come back to. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the house that you're living in if that's too uncomfortable for you. It could be the library, it could be the gym, it could be anywhere that you feel most comfortable with. For me, it was honestly the library. I think that was the place that I went to most, and also the bookstore, because it was just like a safe place for me. And also I love the smell of new books, or just like in an environment where everybody's kind of studying, or there's like books around. Just books, okay? Just books. So if you're in a room, if you got a basement or a space that you can make your own, try and cultivate that space to be where you can kind of come back to in times where you really need to be alone. Although the collective energy of the house may be shared in all rooms, so like maybe you'll still feel the kind of low ambiance of the energy maneuvering through all rooms of the house, you can do so much through your own energy by filling up the space that you're in with your light and making it your very own. So if it's possible to do this, it's going to help you so much in establishing a boundary in a way, but also helping you feel like you have a space where you can totally be alone. So if this is possible for you to do, this is probably my number one suggestion, because it makes you feel like this space is just your very own and that nobody can really intrude, and you can do a lot with your own energy. Trust me, trust me. Number two, stop trying to control other people, especially your family. When you look at your life as something that your soul chose, this very body, this very family, this very life, this very path, essentially for you to learn something or to grow in some way, you will stop trying to control other people and circumstances, and you will let go of how other people behave, even your own blood. During this time, I think it's so important to realize that your own expectations about how other people should be is actually hurting you more. Realizing that people will not change and coming to terms with that will make you so much more stress-free in growing up in a house that's not exactly the best environment for you. There might be a possibility that they will change, don't get me wrong, but whether or not they change does not affect you, and this is where you become stoic, beautiful, divine, amazing, wise, and you can finally be the best version of yourself because you let go and you detach, which is my next point about detachment and emotional regulation. Number three, learn detachment and emotional regulation. If you're truly trying to create the dream life that you want to live, you have to learn how to get over things as quickly as possible. In other words, you have to learn how to emotionally regulate yourself. If nobody else is going to be there to do that for you or to help you through that, you have to learn it for yourself. I know it sucks, but in the long run, it actually doesn't, because if you're able to emotionally regulate, then you don't need to depend on people in that way in terms of like for emotional stability and stuff, right? I know that there's so much content out there about the art of detachment, but learn this as a skill, and I'm telling you that over and over for a reason. Learning the art of detachment, and it truly is a skill, that's why I say skill. It's really going to help you navigate a lot of things in your life, and it's going to make you really comfortable within yourself and stable, like a really, really grounded and rooted tree, which is exactly my goal in my life. I want to be a grounded tree and nothing more. Learning this is going to be the thing that protects you in these types of environments. So if you do respond emotionally when a situation does arise, which happens because, you know, we're human and we feel, and, you know, I'm not saying that you're not going to be affected by these things. I get affected just as much. But if you can almost immediately detach and also learn to emotionally regulate, you can constantly go through that cycle with yourself as quickly as possible, and then you buy yourself more time. And why do you need more time? You need more time because you need to figure out your career, you need to figure out your escape plan, more time to study, then you have more time to build your business, better yourself, fall in love, do all the things that you want to do. So buy yourself that time by learning to emotionally regulate. The reason that right now I'm practicing decision making so much in my life is because I just don't want any time to be wasted. I want to go, and I want to do the thing that needs to be done so I can think of more ideas and do more things and do what it is that I need to do, and not have to worry about the decisions that I'm making and whether or not it was the right decision, or not learning to emotionally regulate and staying stuck on the same thing. And this is where getting rid of your victim mentality is so important. Number 4, you cannot thrive in a toxic household, or in any household for that matter, with a victim mindset. If you feel bad for yourself, there's no chance you'll ever be able to change anything. You kind of have to have a lot of humility in this way, where you realize that other people are experiencing things that are just as bad, and they're still out there creating beautiful things. So why can't you create beautiful things? Time stops for nobody, okay, my love? Number 5, create a life outside of home. Occupy yourself with hobbies, activities, and passions that can happen outside of your house and that can fulfill you inside out. And this means you don't necessarily have to rely on anybody to do these things and these passions and these hobbies, but they're yours, they're only yours, and nobody can take that away from you. Even if at the end of the day you have to come back to a home that you don't necessarily feel the most comfortable in, at least you can be confident in your ability to create magic. A part of that has a lot to do with separating yourself energetically. And one of the best ways I found to do this is doing things that put me in a flow state. And a lot of the times these are my passions and my hobbies. So focus on the flow, focus on those things. And finally, number 6, plan your way out. If you're in a victim mindset and you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself and not knowing what to do and not learning to emotionally regulate, how are you going to be able to get out of those circumstances? You won't. That's why learning to get over things as quickly as possible is so crucial, but also validating your emotions, obviously feeling your emotions, but learning that it will not serve you in the long run to stay stuck on things for too long. So plan an exit, don't say anything, move, work, emotionally regulate, live life, make money. Simply said. Thank you guys so much for watching this short little video. I will see you guys in the next one. I love you so much.